go. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Detroit Lions. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Come on, fellas.
Check out! 140!
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Crawl.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Hey, Zoo!
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
On 2nd and 12, Luck going to take a shot for Gallup. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Luck. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, Sam off!
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Squeeze! Check.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. On those sneaks, Charles, so many arms, bodies in there. Tough to protect it. You see it there.
And you and I both know that behind closed doors, coaches just call that careless. You know you're going into a mass of bodies, and they're going to be reaching for the football, and you're taught just to get low, protect the ball, and just drive forward and get what little yardage you need. In this case, let the ball get away from his body. It got knocked free.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Out of the gun, Luck. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
2nd and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Bravo!
56 to Mike.
They'll set up a throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers receivers are reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I'm coming after you. Check this out.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Alert 3.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They find themselves down here after an interception on their opening drive led to a field goal, but all in all, you'd have to say fortunate to be only down 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Topper!
Hey, watch it.
Undercrook. Look at me. Go. Goodbye.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
Ready? 15, line it. 15 line. Hey, Delta.
Hey, watch out. Check right, 54.
Look at me. Zipper.
54, Mike. 54.
Lead dribble.
He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
6-0 our score after 1.
Down. 70. Indy. Go.
Right there. 54, right there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And some space here. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 9. Check 9. Kill. 11. Kill.
Here's Love. Shifts by him. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
To throw again on 2nd down. Luck. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll fake the handoff. Now Love sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let it into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Ready.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Check 99. Check 99. Shift.
Leo.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Hey, wahoo!
58, boy. 58, Mike. Hey.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
540, easy,
On second down, it's Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On second down now, it's Gordon. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Check up. Line 674.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 2nd and 6. They'll roll him out right. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Love. That is caught inside the 5. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Lambo is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Set. 60 or.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Exit.
They'll drop the throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
58 for Mike, 58 for Mike.
2nd and 9 now. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
The outlaw. Hey, over.
2nd and 2. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They'll try to run it in with Murray. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11. And here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. With his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Jets will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check 26, check 26. Watch out.
Here's Gordon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
In the face. 11 feet.
5.
They'll try the air now with Lyon. This will be caught inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. In for the score, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. So now here's luck as his guys will go for 2 here. Now Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over.
Through an opening, and there he goes. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Here we go.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check. Lucky.
Who draw Corker?
Back to throw. Luck. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Let's go.
They're going to go. It's Locke. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down and 4. Luck. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Luck on 1st down. Steps away to his left. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
12.
To throw is Love. Dorsett's got it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't your primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Get ready.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
One day. Yeah, baby, yeah.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? And Lambeau will put this one through, and that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns, so this game is flipped. They were down, now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Ready.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check 52. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Go. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
94. Hey, echo.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie.
No. Watch twitch.
X3. 218. Chopper. Yep.
Motion.
Deep grip.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. This is Gordon. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Go. Go. Let's go.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll go jet sweep here with Dorsett. He's got a 1st out and more inside the 30. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. He's back to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Hey, exit.
Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
11.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
You got time right there. SOS, SOS.
General West.
SOS, SOS, SOS. Check the backer, check the backer. Check!
Going to give this time to the tailback. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. 8, read. Rock, rock it, rock it. Hey! Hey, lock it.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Slam, slam, slam.
Shoot.
Now they'll run it on the toss. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run. 12.
Now it's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Play for go. Ready. Switch.
Crawl. Hey, dude.
Luck now to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Let's go, defense.
They snap it to Locke. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game.